There's a guy named I think Greg Williams. He's actually a mechanic and a veteran. He actually ran the Husky boat.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beast. I know,
He's the mechanic for the
Husky chocolate.
boat, yeah, and Man of Steel.
We've talked about that quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to launch their hot chocolate and I guess their chocolate shake program out here, but they're from overseas, and I guess
Sweden or something.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Those guys are in Formula One racing, snowmobiling, and
I'd never heard of Husky chocolate until I got
you gotta
invited.
look it up.
Until I got invited to the launch party for the Husky chocolate about 3 years ago.
Turns out it's the Hershey's of Sweden.
Yeah.
It's the Cadbury of the UK. I mean,
they bought the old Texas Flying Legends hangar at Ellington Field.
I'm not lying, guys. The dude's a billionaire. Like, he sold a lot of chocolate. The Yahoo drink?
Not here.
That's his, but he's got a different version.
That hanger over there,
right?
Yeah, I haven't seen the hanger.
I went there 2019. 2020 before COVID took advantage of everything and just canceled every event that you can imagine.
Yeah.
But I got to see the hangar. I got to see the boats.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a prestige hangar. I mean, I've been in a couple hangars, but...
what's the history on that hangar, John? So what you might know a little something about that.
The Texas Flying Legends owned it before Husky Chocolate. I went to an event there when they were announcing that Ellington was about to make a push to become the newest FAA regulated spaceport.
Yeah.
They invited Galactic Coast Brewing Company out there to serve beer during the event, and I was set up underneath an old World War II Corsair. The old Navy aircraft carrier Corsair, which the Japanese called it what they call it, death. Flying. The sound of it, they called it was flying death. When they heard it, they knew they were dead because it was too late.
Wow, that's crazy.
They also had a Zero. They had a B-26. I mean, it was, and I'm an aviation geek, it was like
you don't want to hear that.
Yeah, you don't want to hear the Corsair. Yeah. But no, it was really cool aviation museum.
Oh yeah.
But apparently, Husky Chocolate.
So I hope
they just bought it. They bought it. Apparently, it made them a deal they couldn't refuse. I mean, and they had it all. I mean, it's still actually even when Husky Chocolate bought it, and the VIP party with the Husky, with the boat and everything, there was still all this artwork on the wall from the museum, from the aviation museum that didn't quite fit, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The problem is that when I went to that event, they were serving, they're apparently alcohol drinks with the Husky Chocolate's a big thing, but I had a show that night, so I couldn't.
So what do you mean you like?
So I was like the one. I was the one guy not
apparently.
Fully. I was the one guy not fully taking advantage of the free drinks.
So
he sells the spiked candy too and all that, right?
I guess. I don't know, man.
There's a lot of things going on. You just need to go to Husky Chocolate.
I mean, this event started
online.
at like 11 a.m., so I knew I couldn't, and I had a show at like 7, so I knew I couldn't partake because.
Well, hey, John.
Once you start, you can't stop, right?
Hey, John, if you ever want to go flying, I'll be your co-pilot, buddy.
Boom! Awesome.
Yeah, I would love to go into an old warplane and bring back a Top Gun.
Man, they just had that air show like 2 years ago where they brought all those classics out. You remember that like 2 years ago?
Wings Over Houston.
Yeah, Wings Over. I'm a big fan of Wings Over Houston.
Well, but this was different, right? This wasn't Wings Over Houston. This was something else they did.
Oh, yeah.
This was like they brought planes out they had never flown. And
well,
never, but in
during
a long
Mother's
time.
Day last year during COVID, they had kind of the Flight for Freedom.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was
I watched
cool
that
too,
up close and personal. So
Yeah, like anything that involves motorsports or speed, you're going to probably see me looking into it and seeing what's really going on. I mean, I can't be a part of everything, but I like to see other people be part of bigger things. And like you said, I jumped out of a plane before.
And you did it for the thrill, but you did it to raise money. You did it for the cause and to get other people involved. So what was it? Was for the Spinal Association, or what was it that you?
So United Spinal Association is the mother. Organization.
And it was all about that. That's what you did it for, man, to raise awareness for that.
But my occupational therapist, Mr. Rafferty, he, was my head therapist at TIER, and he had an inspiration about wanting to be involved with his old patients again. So I guess he put his 2 weeks notice in, went and got the United Spinal of Houston set up. Before that, it was NSCIA, National Spinal Cord Injury Association. But I guess he saw the bigger picture and how much of an outreach he could do. And one of the things I do, it's not, the typical thing we all look for, but you actually use art therapy as a way to get people therapy. I got to go in some of the classes, and man, I haven't picked up a paintbrush in forever. I'm like painting the American flag. Man, that is an arm burn. I mean, I lost a lot of strength and just, being very tedious with each little stroke. Make sure you don't like rub on other colors. I mean, that was my arm was burning the whole day. But I have a lot of friends there that go to this. They call it Open Minds and Arts. That's the program, and I felt like paints and brushes and all this stuff. That's not cheap, and I wanted to do something out of the norm. Actually, people paint me skydiving with a chair before it happened. I'm like, oh, Lord, I'm not skydiving in a chair. I'm going to be tanging with the...
Right, yeah.
But I was like, oh, man, this looks, kind of cool.
I guess they needed to, people wouldn't know maybe if they didn't have that image. They wouldn't know that, so I don't know, but yeah.
So my friend Mallory Gardner, man, beautiful girl. Her situation's a little different, but she's a phenomenal artist. And she actually skydived with me, too.
Oh.
Nice.
And not everybody showed up. I went there to, just jump out of the plane. I wanted to raise a little bit of money for United Spinal Association. I tried to, help out as many organizations as possible, but without spreading myself too thin. Because if you see me doing outreach, and, trying to benefit all these organizations, they're like, is it this or that, or what is it? I'm like, man, it's all of it.
You got to stick with what you're really passionate about and what you really feel like you're making a difference in. Like you said, you can dip into all of it, but you got to focus on the main things that you feel like you're creating the best benefit for. So yeah.
So they were very happy for me to jump out of a plane. We jumped out 14,000 feet.
Okay, is that Halo? You didn't have to wear oxygen or what?
No, it's 30,000, buddy. Hey, I'm trying to
That's
make...
high, though, man,
14,000
feet.
I'm trying to see if they let me do that. I know they do this at other drop zones. And
Halo, huh?
Yeah. That's
wow.
It's like falling out of a jet.
Would you be, the only guy in Texas to do something like that? Or I
don't know.
Wow.
I mean, it would be interesting.
I don't think guys are jumping to do that, even not in your position, Gary. So that's pretty awesome, man.
I've seen other people do it. I've seen a 95-year-old grandma do it for her 95th birthday.
Wow.
I've seen veterans that have been jumping out of planes that had parachute accidents. They just want the thrill.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
The experience when you're about to jump out of a plane is like, wow, am I really about to do this? I mean, from getting loaded up, I didn't just jump in a plane. I had, 3 people literally pick my 150-pound butt up, put me in there, and, I'm sitting there, next minute we're doing takeoff. We're getting altitude. I mean, this is not the normal plane. This is like a single prop engine plane. And I guess the freakiest thing is I've never rode in a plane with the door open, man. So they're having to, break the air pressure there. And I'm like, man, this is kind of crazy. I'm looking down. And I'm like, oh, Lord. And yeah, we got a little bit more to go. I'm like, man, is this plane going to make it up?
Yeah, they're not always the biggest planes, apparently. So
they have great mechanics. I mean, these planes are open.
No, they work well. They're just not huge. So you're just like, wait a second.
So when I went there, I went for my pre-orientation to make sure my body was ready for this. Not only for me, but the experience. They wanted to know how it was going to work out for me. And so I went down there. My friend Quentin, this guy Quentin, man. I'm always trying to challenge this guy to do more. So I said, hey, are we doing the big-ass jump again? And he couldn't respond to me with a straightforward answer. So we did this because I was all about adventures. And, I had a chance to go. It's like an air tunnel where you can it's called iFly or something.
Oh, yeah. I've never done that. I've seen
I
that.
haven't either.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
No, but I had friends that did it. And
Gary doesn't. He just does the real thing. He just goes straight for the full blown deal.
We don't need a
No
simulation.
practice here, dog. Come on now.
No, they were like, hey, we're doing a real deal. They put me on the spot. And so I had about a year and a half to prep for it.
Yeah, you promoted it for a while. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of people there that came out. I mean, some people were like, I'm not jumping on a plane where I want to go there. Well, it's a beautiful scenery watching all these skydiving athletes come in and parachute in, they're doing tricks, and some of these guys got 1,000, 2,000, 4,000 jump hours.
Isn't that awesome?
Wow, that is something.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine,
they live in the air, man. Yeah, they live at free fall.
A guy named Mike Fisher.
Okay, I was about to drop his name. I was about to say, I know a guy that used to be a big boater, and then he turned into a skydiver, and he just.
He's not a cop from Galveston, is he?
No.
Okay, because I know a cop from Galveston.
Vice president of Merrill Lynch.
Yeah, he's a financial planner.
Wow!
So if you got a portfolio, you need to
the Merrill Lynch right here on next to your old studio.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's where he was. Yeah.
That is the Merrill Lynch office here. It's crazy. Yeah.
I remember him pulling me into an appointment and then being very disappointed when he realized my financial situation.
Hey man,
God!
We got to invest our pennies.
He thought
We got a whale, man.
We all need a financial plan,
right.
Whether it's coming from Merrill Lynch or
I
don't know. Some people are into Bitcoin and trading this and that, but
I don't think Merrill Lynch is into Bitcoin.
I asked him. He's like, we don't.
Or guys with journalism and history degrees.
I don't think they do crypto over there, dude. They're about hard money.
But Mike Fisher, man,
He's Fisher's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He actually skydives in as
part of the Remax skydiving team, right? And there are a lot of different skydiving teams.
So if you ever see, someone jumping in a stadium with a flag,
right,
it's probably going to be Mike Fisher. Or
okay, did he do the lagoon thing? Was that Mike Fisher?
Yes, sir.
Did he do does he do Kills and Wheels?
Yeah, he does Kills and Wheels.
This is Mike Fisher, Kills and Wheels, Lagoon Fest, coming in on parachutes.
So when
with
he
flags.
flew into the big-ass crawfish bass, I already knew I was going to go, do the skydiving event. So he helped us promote it. We had Skydive Spaceland come out to the big-ass crawfish bass, and we had, I guess it's the adaptive tent. So Quentin's like, hey, you're going to, run this tent? I'm like, oh, Lord. You got, these charities that need to be recognized here. And I was like, okay, whatever I could do. I mean, I can't promise you the world, but, I'll be here. And during the Guinness World Record, I saw him skydive with it. I'm like, man, I got to do that. So during that day, I think it was on Easter Sunday. No, it was April 20th. I know it's kind of a weird number, but
420.
Yeah, 420. I think he made a jump at about.
It's about to be 420.
I know he did a jump with a handful of other athletes, and they landed right there in front of our tent. I rolled up, high-fived Mike, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, we're gonna do the skydive jump or what?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Am I gonna jump with you? You got the most flight hours I know." And I got pawned off to work with some other tandem jumpers that are experienced. They everything's adapted, right? So we figured out a way to get me safely suited up to do a tandem. I actually put this harness underneath my knees, so when I landed, my legs wouldn't, drag.
Okay.
So, it's not always the smoothest landing.
Hey, I had a pretty good landing.
Yeah.
Despite that, my instructor was supposed to be this. The plane I was supposed to ride in was that. By the time I was ready to jump, I had a different instructor. We're in a different plane. I'm like, oh, Lord, this is really, is this sketchy or this is a surprise?
Talk about adapting.
Oh,
dude, you just got to send it, bro.
Oh,
Go for it, dude.
So I did a barrel roll outside of the plane.
Nice.
We free-falled for, 30 seconds to a minute.
Probably felt like a lifetime, or did it happen fast? I hear different things. Some people say it's like, they feel like they're free-falling for minutes. Some people are like, dude, it's like 5 seconds, you pull the chute. I don't know. I mean.
Oh, yeah. So riding in the plane to get to altitude is one thing. Exiting the plane is a whole nother experience.
Yeah.
And knowing you're like, I'm going to show the rest of the passengers how it's done. They're on the back. I had my brother there and a bunch of other friends. And
oh, cool.
And I'm like, man, I guess I got to be the leader. Go out first. So we jumped, and that barrel roll was just like, it takes the breath out of you. But then when they pull that parachute, I mean, it's a hard break. You're like sucked up into the atmosphere.
Right.
And after that, it's like real chilled. You're just cruising. It's quiet. I was like, man, where's downtown? Where's Galveston? We're jumping over cow pastures and over there in Rocheron. And it was fun,
But you can still see in a distance, right? I mean.
It was a clear sky. I know I'm going to probably do another jump there very soon, but I wanted to actually go jump out of do skydiving like in Miami or something. I want to see some good topography.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm like, man, it's nice water in another state, coming in hot, Landon.
Well, do it here one more time before you start doing it